NC State's going to be a big game for us. This time last year, we were 9-1 going down to their place and had a chance to jump back in the BCS rankings, and everything was playing out our way. We got up there, lost our focus. Those guys ended up beating us pretty bad. Actually, other than Georgia Tech last year was the turning point of our season. It kind of went downhill from there. This year is going to be important to us because I kind of feel like we owe them from last year, but you know, they've had an up and down season. They beat Florida State, a team we lost to. We just have to focus and come back this weekend, take care of the ball, because Saturday we had some costly turnovers, but our defense actually prevailed us in some of them, and this week's going to be big on taking care of the ball, and I think this NC State game should be not, I wouldn't say the turning point, but just, you know, it's a game that's in our way, and we have to, you know, get the job done. And I think the guys are doing a pretty good job this year, staying focused than what we did last year. And I just think if everybody keeps that mindset, then we'll be ready to play Saturday and should execute our game plan. That's the win.
Were the turnovers last year kind of the biggest issue for you guys in that game?
It was. We had about, I want to say 4 or 5 last year, and we turned it over 3 times inside our own 25. So they only had to go a total of like 75 yards in 3 drives, and they ended up scoring all 3 and kind of got up on us early, and the game just never got back in our favor last year. So the one thing we got to do this year, playing in front of our home crowd, is, you know, just take care of the ball. And I think if our crowd feeds into it and we feed off their energy and we take care of the ball, the game shouldn't be close. But the one thing guys just got to do is, you know, execute, and I think we'll be fine Saturday.
How did it feel for you to get back in the end zone Saturday? That's been pretty good.
It felt great. You know, the past couple of weeks I've been banged up with bruised ribs at Duke. Week before then, I injured my neck in practice. Week before that, I sprained my ankle. So I had like a rough 3-week stretch, and I've been fighting through it. And just to get back in there, like I was doing early in the season, it feels great. And you know, just to help my team put more points on the board Saturday, it felt great. And it was a big play that he threw to me. The ball kind of got lost in the sun, but I managed to get to it before it went out of bounds, and I just made a great play. But it feels good to get back. It's always good to get in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think about NC State's defense? I think that they had some good pass defense against you guys last year, kind of shut you down a little bit. Although, like you said, they did have to move on to score, but when they defended you, they defended you pretty well. They
got a lot of talent. Some of those guys, I know their linebacker, Sterling Lucas. I played in the All-Star game with him. David Emerson is a very good player. I mean, he's one of the top players in the country. They have other guys they're just, you know, unselfish guys. Those guys play ball, and they're very athletic, and they pursue pretty well, similar to Florida State. And those guys, like I said, they've been having an up and down season. One game, the offense doesn't show up, defense doesn't. But I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get their best, and that's one thing that every team usually does when we play them, is they give us our best, give us their best, and try to get the W in their column. But the one thing we'll do is, you know, execute and do things right, and just do the little things that's gonna execute to the big things, and we should be fine.
What do you think about the red zone this year? I think I was looking at 3rd national in the red zone. I think scored of 45, 40 trips. What's the mentality when you get down there in close situations?
Well, our mentality when we get down there is we're hungry. I mean, last year we did okay with it, and even on 3rd down in general, we're doing it real well. And the thing about this year is, you know, we've got a year behind us of being in this offense, so we know what to expect, we know what to do. There's no excuses, and guys just take that upon themselves as a challenge. And, you know, we got to execute, no matter if it's 4th and inches, 4th and 1. And when we're in the red zone, we want to score. And Coach Morris always says every drive ends in a kick. So even if we don't get a touchdown, we'd like to get a field goal at least. So that's been our big plan this year. And I think just with everybody seeing what we did last year and what we can just improve on and what we've done so far, I mean, it's just be real special for us.
Do you kind of marvel how much it's changed from, say, 2 years ago? I think it seemed like every time down there 2 years it was an adventure, and there was just a lot of struggles.
2 years ago, wow, I mean, we had a lot of struggles. I mean, it's just things would go our way some games, things wouldn't, and actually felt bad, like, because the defense was always playing their butt off, and we just couldn't get things going on offense, and we may have one drive, and then we go 3 and out in the next 4. So, I mean, from where we are now 2 years ago, I say we're a long way ahead, and we're doing a good job, and I think we're going to keep this thing rolling.